So Reka is an R&D company, and we help facilitate human technology interactions, which means that we build automation tools in software or hardware to help businesses and people to make their lives simpler through technology. We build self-driving cars as well as robotics as well as systems to help humans to be able to leverage digital tools and help make their daily lives easier. So largely the activities here at Reka when we provide services for our customers and clients, we provide them services to be more digital while we build them systems and technology such as mobile apps as well as websites and help everything to be automated. And during the pandemic, most of the companies want to be converted or transformed digitally, but there was a gap in terms of IT infrastructure for them. So most companies, it's not as easy for them to just shift everything to go digital. And we realized that we need to also help them to bridge that gap, not just build the tools, but also help them to either build or guide them in terms of having the IT infrastructure to be able to use these tools. But we are not initially offering that kind of services, so we needed to understand how can we better provide this kind of IT infrastructure related services. And that's why one of the tasks that I went through is to actually get an IT certificate with Google to actually understand what does it take for IT infrastructure or IT support to be enabled in this kind of companies. Although I myself is a bit more tech savvy, but I need to understand how do we approach clients to be actually more tech savvy just like me. So trying to start from below, right? From zero IT to knowing how to do IT support. So that's what made me to move into getting a Google certificate. Most of the tasks that I've been doing personally is that during the pandemic, I sort of became the IT support for my family, sort of. So, everyone knows that during the pandemic, everyone needs to be online most of the time. But before this wasn't an issue because, let's say, for a typical house, you might have like 5 to 10 people in the family, right? And not all of them are using the Wi-Fi all the time because some are at work and some are at home. But in the pandemic time, everyone is at home, and that because of that change, that shift, it creates a latency of bandwidth. So everyone's internet connection is lagging, and there's a need for IT support. And suddenly, all of my family just called me, and instead of just asking about how you're doing during the pandemic, right? They're asking me how do I make my Wi-Fi faster or better and all sorts of stuff. So usually, obviously, I can immediately answer them. But having gone through the certificate makes me like a better explainer of things. So, okay, so this is what you should be doing instead to make it much better. So that's in a personal sense. Well, for professionally in a company sense, so right now, when companies came to us and then they want to go digital, they want to transform digitally, right? So instead of just talking about the technology, the surface layer that's going to be happening, but we also ask them about their IT infrastructure. How is it? How are you handling it? Are you able to support this kind of web services if you deploy them? So having gone through the course gives us a bit more structured perspective on what kind of questions that we need to investigate with our clients and customers, and that helps us to not just identify the key or core problems that they're facing in terms of IT infrastructure, but as well as when we build the technology for them, we build the web systems or the mobile applications, how do we structure the application in such a way that it either suits into a new IT infrastructure or suits into their current IT infrastructure. Yeah. First of all, I would highly recommend it. The reason being is that I've gone through like a lot of certifications throughout my career, right? And when I took the IT support certificate, the way that they structure it is very, I would say, very modular. You can learn bits by bits, and without having to learn a lot of technical skills from the get-go. Although having a bit more tech foundation is very much easier to go through, but let's say you don't have, but the structure in a way, structure is one thing, and the other thing is that the way that the teachers or the educators deliver the content is easy for anyone to just understand it and to make sense of what's happening throughout the whole course. So I would highly recommend anyone to either want to jumpstart a career in IT support or in any of the Google search, or even they wanted to advance their own current knowledge. Even if you're a tech savvy person, if you want to add on your current knowledge, this is a really good starting point to actually get started. Yeah.